Here you can see that we have a simple button which does nothing, and we have a link, we have a simple text, and we have an input type button, a submit button. So if you check out the code here, that we are using a button tag, we are using an anchor tag, we are using a span tag, and then we are using an input tag. So we can make this all look like a button with the help of Bootstrap CSS. So we can give a class. I'm going to call this as btn success. That's going to change this button into more stylized way of the Bootstrap. Okay, so we can also change the link to work like a button by specifying another class for us. I'm going to give a class called btn primary. Okay, so if I get back here, let's hit refresh, you can see that we have a primary button. And even for this simple text, that which is a span tag, we can also make it look like a button. So we can give a class and call this as button warning. Save this, and if I get back here, you can see that also acts like a button now. Even for the input field which we have, we can give a class called button danger that will also work like a button in Bootstrap. So we can customize how the buttons work by specifying the classes, more classes to us. For example, my button, I want it to be much more smaller. So what we can do is we can type in btn sm. So the button actually now becomes much smaller here. If you want a full width button, what we can do is we can just add in another class. I'm going to call this as button block. So now this particular button becomes a full width button. Now if you don't want this button to be active, for example, how it can see that it can be hovered, it can be clicked. If you want to disable that, all you have to do is just add in another class. I'm going to call this as disabled. And if I save this and get back to the browser, let's hit refresh, and I can see that button is not accessible. So basically this button is now disabled. Most of the time we want to combine a set of buttons. For example, we have simple link, simple text, and submit button. We want to just make this in one group. So what we can do is we can cut this all out. I'm going to get rid of the br tags here. Okay, and I'm going to create a div tag. I'm going to wrap it inside that. So div button group, and inside this we can add our buttons. And if I save this, get to the browser, hit refresh, I can see that all the buttons which we created are now in a single line.